Peace, beautiful people. It's the kid J Nolan here. Now, y'all already know my platform is not built on too much gossip, hearsay, grapevine, telephone type stuff. But I do want to talk about this Megan Thee Stallion situation. It has been ongoing for the last 2 years between her and Crawford, her label owner for 1501 Certified. And Megan's been trying to get out of this deal since she got with Roc Nation. Carl's not trying to let her go. So let's just break down what we have, because new advancements have come in the last couple of days. According to TMZ, Megan Thee Stallion's record label has sued her, and they say that the last album that she put out does not count toward her commitment. You still owe them. And in the piece it says Megan Thee Stallion isn't walking away from her record label without a fight. 1501 Certified Entertainment is suing, claiming her last album actually wasn't an album and she owes more recordings and a lot of money. Now, if y'all recall, just a few months ago, Megan released a project called Something for the Hotties. It was around the time that she did that deal with Popeyes and she put her sauce out, and she had like a little mixtape to go with it. It had some previously released music and it had some unreleased music on there. Well, they're saying Something for the Hotties does not count toward her release commitment and they want more records. And the reason why they're saying that this project doesn't count towards the commitment is because it has 21 recordings, which include spoken interludes and recordings that Megan Thee Stallion does not appear on, as well as the fact that any project that's going to be counted as an album in her contract must include at least 12 new master recordings of studio performances, and they have to be previously unreleased. Most importantly, they're claiming that 1501 has to approve all the tracks, and they claim that did not happen when she put together this project. And being that they don't want to count this toward the release commitment in her contract, they're saying that they want 2 more albums, which according to Megan Thee Stallion, that last project, Something for the Hotties, would have fulfilled her contract with 1501 Certified Entertainment. So Carl Crawford from the 1501 Certified Instagram account says, "Stop playing the victim. You haven't paid for one show since 2019. You hiding behind Roc Nation. You could keep that bull mixtape and send over that straight drop whenever you ready." That's what Carl Crawford says. Now Megan, she took to Twitter and she wasn't so kind about her response either. She says, "Carl, I do not want to be signed to your pill popping ass. You talking about I ain't paid for a show and you sound slow. I'm the artist. I don't pay you directly. Maybe fight with the man you signed to and you might see some money, you powderhead. You hiding behind Jay Prince." Wow. She says, "Carl got a whole contract with 300 and you talking to me like I got your money. You attacking me. Why? Because you want to be famous, not rich. Ask Kevin Liles where your money at, stupid." She's got a point there. I don't know why you asking Megan Thee Stallion for the money when Megan Thee Stallion gets her cut after everybody else get their cut. Also, how can I owe you any of my money outside of music when your team can't even provide actual statements of what I owe? You also haven't paid me since 2019. Your team signed off on Something for the Hotties to count as an album. Now it's not? Jokes. People love bringing up Roc Nation. Like, hell yeah, my team is great. Am I supposed to have a bad one? And what about it? And somewhere down along the line, Carl Crawford responded and basically said that Megan Thee Stallion is a certified alcoholic. You know what I mean? So now we throwing jabs. Now we talking about people on liquor, people on drugs. And this situation has definitely gotten way past business. When this situation first came to light in 2020, I'm not gonna lie, man, I kind of had some I wanted to reserve my thoughts on the situation because I felt like 1501 might have had some credibility as far as, like, you know, they signed her, they invested into her, they got her career popping, and it seemed like everything was all good up until the point that the announcement was made that she was under Roc Nation management, and it seemed like everything went sour from that point. So it's like, okay, you signed to a label / manager situation, you come out, you get success, you get a hit single, you're popping now, and all of a sudden Roc Nation just swings in and pulls you away from the label. Then after a little bit of time, the contract was released on the internet, which showed, you know, that Megan Thee Stallion was in a very, very entry level contract, and that she wasn't really receiving the benefits that you would think an artist as popular as her would be getting. And Roc Nation was going to the court saying that this contract is unconscionable. You know what I'm saying? So then it's like, okay, dang, I gotta side with the artist because my whole platform is made off of the interest of fairness for artists and creatives and music creators in general. I can't side with the label if y'all are taking advantage of people and doing them dirty, even though you're eating. You know what I'm saying? And I think what ultimately happened in my summation of everything that happened is that Megan Thee Stallion was a free agent. She linked up with Crawford. This all happened while Megan's mother was still living, and T. Ferris, who is a Houston legend, he was, if you recall, Paul Wall and Mike Jones and all of them used to talk about T. Ferris. He was there for the whole Swisher House movement, and now he is co-managing Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying? So at the time when Megan was trying to sign with 1501, he was actually with Carl. He was the basically the mediator between Megan, her mom, and Carl Crawford. And basically because Megan's mother was an artist and she knew who T. Ferris was, she trusted T. Ferris. Now, what's really interesting to me is I watched an interview of Carl Crawford with Slim Thug around the time this whole situation started going left, and he admitted that him and Megan Thee Stallion were not very close. They don't speak very often. She was one of the artists, one of many artists that he signed to the label, because basically he signed any artist that he thought had any kind of potential coming out of Houston, and he basically was like, I'm banking on everybody, you know what I'm saying, to where I don't know who's gonna catch, and whenever somebody does, everybody on the label will basically reap the benefits of that. So he was not in the studio day to day with Megan Thee Stallion. When she made Big Old Freak, he said that he was not a fan of that song, but that's the one that she wanted to go with, so he decided to support it, and it ended up taking off. I think this is a very unique situation because the fact that he was not there hand in hand with Megan, the fact that T. Ferris was with her on a day-to-day, the fact that T. Ferris basically has been guiding her through the industry in this whole period since she came out, and he's still with her now, even with Roc Nation. It kind of shows that although she did a contract with 1501 Certified, 1501 Certified hasn't actually been the ones really investing the sweat equity into her career. So Roc Nation comes in, they look at her contracts and they see what she's doing on her own, and they see how they're able to capitalize on her momentum. So they're like, yo, this cat gonna be eating off all of your success, even though he's not contributing to anything. He's not actively involved in your career. He just got you on paper. So let's try to get you out of that. Now, I can understand as a label owner and as a person that's trying to get into the music business, this is his first label, this is his first group of artists that he signed. He's like, nah, man, how y'all gonna just take my cash cow? Y'all, that's my nest egg right there. Ain't nobody else popped off from the label yet. This is my biggest act. How y'all just gonna come swoop her up? Because, you know what I mean, for whatever reason, you're gonna take me to court and think y'all gonna take the artist from me. So I understand why he's putting up a fight, but I also believe that in the interest of fairness, like, y'all ain't did no business together since 2019. You say you ain't been paid since 2019. She say she ain't been paid since 2019. So how hard is it to get a clean slate? And if you really that dude, if you really got the game, you know what I'm saying, Erica Banks is next up. Make her pop off, you know what I'm saying? And she is definitely popping. I'm not saying that she's not. I'm just saying if that's the next in line, go ahead and expedite her process if you can recreate it. And Megan Thee Stallion has a great point, saying that, yo, what do you mean I have not paid you? I'm signed to 300. You know what I mean? You did the deal with 300. How you not getting your portion of what you're supposed to be making? That doesn't make no type of sense. What do you mean I'm not paying you off of shows? You know what I'm saying? Your cut is supposed to already be like bust down already. The label is the one getting all of these shows together. They know what's going on, right? Or do they not? It does seem a little bit murky. It seems like the personal feelings and just the antagonization of the whole situation, because he's not about to let her go without a fight. I think that all of this stems back to the fact that he feels betrayed and he's not finna just let this go easy, whether or not it's the right thing to do. And I think it's unfortunate. I know a lot of people out there paint this narrative of Megan Thee Stallion. They don't believe her. They don't think that she's trustworthy. Some people feel like the whole T Lane situation was her fault and that she's not being truthful about that. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm not here to speculate about that. All I'm saying is, as an artist, I'm advocating for the artist. It's about being treated fairly. It's about being properly compensated. And if a company puts you on paperwork and they're not contributing to you, and you got 3 years of success and they have not done anything in 3 years, there should be some type of legal way to get out of that contract, to be like, yo, y'all can't eat off me. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of managers and stuff, they do these sunset clauses where if you do go off and sign a management contract or replace them, they want to be repaid, or they want to continue to get money off of you for the duration of your contract, or at least another 6 to 12 months or something. You know what I mean? So whatever cutoff time that you were supposed to originally have, and you left them sooner, they want to be still paid for the remainder of what you had in the contract. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that because when I cut ties with my former manager, that was something that he tried to bring up, but his paperwork was not properly written, so it got exposed by my attorney and he bowed out. You know what I'm saying? So this is something that artists got to pay attention to, man. This business is crazy. I'm not gonna say it's shady. It's really about understanding your bargaining chips, and you got to come with guns loaded. The days of artists coming to labels and linking up with managers and trying to build a team with no knowledge of what you're doing, no insight into what's on paper and being able to decipher it, or hiring somebody, more importantly, being able to hire somebody. Like, we got to be proactive about these things. When I entered into my situation with my former manager, he always would ask me, do you have an attorney? Do you have an attorney? I was like, yeah, I do. I never introduced my attorney to him though. I never said, yo, this is somebody that you should use. I just always was like, yes, I do have an attorney on hand that if I need some help, I can reach out to them. I don't know if he thought I was playing and bluffing, but I was not. You know what I'm saying? I just knew that it wasn't in my best interest to bring those two things together at that time. You know what I mean? Now, I think if I ever were to hire a new manager and I fully trusted them and fully believed in their capabilities, then yes, I would introduce my manager and my lawyer and my attorney. You know what I mean? Because it only makes sense. But it was always something looming around that situation. I had previously known the guy, and he seemed like a very cool person, very outspoken, very blunt and adamant about things. But I kind of respected that about him. But over time, it was like really excessive, and just things got out of hand, man. The disrespect game. I never was personally disrespected, but I seen him disrespect everybody around. You know what I'm saying? Which is what ultimately made me distance myself from that person, because I didn't need somebody else. Like, if I'm gonna mess up my good name in the streets, let me do that myself, but not somebody that I'm affiliated with and people only know you because they know me. That don't work out. That don't sit well with me. So yeah, man, all you artists out there, I hope y'all paying attention. I don't care what your opinion of the situation is. Pay attention closely. Stay abreast on what's going on in court. See if she's going to actually be able to get out of this contract, because these are things that are actually going to work to your benefit in the future. You know what I'm saying? It's about the business. It's about understanding how things work, what's going on. What are your bargaining chips? I'm going to tell y'all, hold your intellectual property very close to home. Do not be in a rush to have people co-own it or try to retain ownership of it. You know what I'm saying? The longer you can go without doing that and actually start getting your own momentum growing, you will be the one that reaps the benefits. I'm telling you, man, wait it out, be strong, and find other ways to eat in the meantime, all right? Much love and respect, y'all. See y'all on the next video.